Since the beginning of time, there has been law. There has been order. I said time, right? Since the beginning of civilization, currency, society, and more laws to fit that, and bureaucracy, and paperwork, and travel. I fucking hate tourism. And there has been the greatest power among civilization that there ever was, and it is called taxes. At least modern worlds like Earth call it taxes. Used to be in the Middle Ages, for example, called tithes. You'd pay your tithe, and taxes, it's the idea that you owe the state forever because the state can't make money except for example, war and people paying it. Nobody wants to pay the state, so the state is gonna force you to pay the state. And don't worry, your hard-earned money is going to go to some public project and not to pay off the debt of that state for the multinational-wide globalization event it ran back in 1997. No, that couldn't be it. We're still paying that off apparently 40 years later, but whatever. Anyways, taxes suck, okay? The idea that you have to give away some of your property for everything you do, basically. Not only are there like monthly taxes or whatever, or like quarterly taxes, it's mixed through the ages, but you're giving away some of your money every like certain length of time, and if you can't give away money, you're giving away your property, and if you can't do that, or if that's not enough, there's also taxes on basically everything you buy. You buy something, there's a tax on that. The smaller the thing is, the smaller the tax in value, but the higher usually in percentage. You've got taxes on cars, taxes on service, taxes when you buy food, even there's a little bit of tax. You've got taxes on tickets, taxes on everything, okay? Everything is taxed, and that tax is going straight to the government from your wallet for whatever reason. Most of the time, you don't even know how much the tax is. I mean, sure, okay, there's a couple of laws here and there, and you can kind of figure it out. But for example, the tax on your house, right? Yeah, paying tax for your water bill, your electricity bill, just the very thing that you have a house, you're paying a tax for that. You don't know how much that is. It changes, in fact. It varies. The tax man comes along, plops a letter in your mailbox, you open that letter and it just gives you the number. It has a couple of letters and numbers next to the value. You don't even know what you're paying for, but hey, you're paying that money and it's going to an arbitrary place. It's just like pouring, really vomiting cash into the void. Just spurting out all of your wealth into the singularity, which is the government. Not in the literal sense, like in some places, but on Earth, like metaphorically for Earth, you guys. It's so wrong, and it's been like this for quite a while, because, not everybody can pay that tax, but hell, in the Middle Ages, you had tax, and you would pay it. You'd pay it, though, in grain or in cattle. You'd always be forced to pay something, and if you couldn't pay, you were excommunicated. You can't burp your wealth into the void? Well, guess what? Now you're not a part of our society. I mean, really, guys, look, not everybody can earn the same amount, but the idea that there's some, higher force that wills you to constantly provide it with a non-understandable varying amount of value, it's really weird. I mean, what if this extends further? Okay, right now, you've got people paying the country. or people paying the city and the city paying the country, or something like this. What if we don't have, well, you don't have a world government. We don't have a world government either. Some places have a world government. Never been there. Hate tourism. Fucking hate it. But what if, for example, you took it like, what if there was a god and you would have to pay value to the god, right? Like semi-omnipotent, like semi-potent, not omnipotent, just semi-potent beings would pay an omnipotent being, value. What if that value had to be so large, right? You had to pay full-on planets. Okay, this is just a thought experiment, really. It's just a little bracing, for what it could happen, could maybe not happen. What if you had to, take planets from where they used to be and fling them across space at increasingly high speeds into the mouth of an ever-devouring worm of space and time. That's why it's called wormholes, people. What did you think? Anyways, I really don't think you have to worry about that. Because it's once one planet has been given up in a sector of the universe, it usually takes a couple million years for the worm to come back. But hey, this is all a thought experiment. One of those weird things called thought experiments. Thought experiments by themselves, they're a bit wonky, a bit wacky. They're a bit out of order, because it's like, well, think about this situation and what you would do with it. And the point is that you're never gonna be in that situation. That you're not gonna be like that because it's a situation that's remote and like more basic than anything you'll actually encounter. And it's supposed to prepare you to make specific choices in your life, but it does this extremely badly, okay? Thought experiments are not good at preparing you for real life because they don't handle real life. They don't interact with reality in the way that actual situations do. It's why studying, just the history of ordinary people would be less fun, sure, but much more valuable than, studying thought experiments. But hey, boredom is actually just like a tax. I'm thinking now, and boredom is taxation on your time, okay? Boredom is like a gray area of time in your mind where you don't feel anything really. You feel bored, you feel gray, it's kind of lousy, it's basically nothingness, really. It's the closest other than deep sleep we get to not feeling basically anything other than just like a dull semi-migraine thing in the back of our throats. But it's like a taxation, right? For all of the fun you're having, once the fun ends, you feel bored. You feel this like withdrawal of fun times, and it's like taxation on the fun. What if there was a cosmic entity, say the worm again, although the worm can't control time, it just kind of flies through it, but say there was a cosmic entity that controlled time, and you needed to pay time to it for it to give you the time you desire. Well, in that case, boredom would be exactly that. It's the taxation of your mind and of the time that your mind spends having fun. Okay, so if boredom is the taxation, then what is sadness? Sadness, it's not nothingness, and it's not boredom, it's not your tax. It's something. Do you want to feel sadness? I mean, some people, sure, some people want to feel sad on purpose. But do you like, whenever you feel sad, you're experiencing, it's a negative thing, right? But maybe it's good for you. I don't know, man. I have to talk to a couple of emotive experts on this stuff. Really ring up a few of my friends. Far away though. Take a couple of years for the signals to travel. We'll get over it. Anyways, What was I talking about? Oh, right. Yes, taxes. What's the last, when you're gonna start paying taxes, or when you have, or maybe you are paying taxes. If you're paying taxes, what does it feel like? Does it feel like you're being cheated? Does it feel like it's charity? Then why, if it's charity, does it feel so dang bad? Because it is charity in a way, it's forceful charity, sure, but it's giving money towards a good cause. But if it's giving money towards a good cause, then why should you willingly give money for a good cause if you're made to give money for a good cause? Shouldn't the money giving for a good cause from the taxes be enough to guarantee the good causes? And if it's not, then where the hell are the taxes going? And how does the property thing work anyway? Okay, let's unpack in the final length of this nonsense how the thing about property works. Okay, you cannot pay your value in actual money, the tax. So they take your property. You don't have that property anymore, but where does it go? What is it sold? If it's sold, then they're just like it's a plus minus in money. Nothing is happening here. What is it? Is it just given back? If it's giving back, there's only like a negative side to it. Really, I don't see the state as a salesperson of my sofa. So what's happening to the property? Is it just a punishment? Are you supposed to maybe it is just a punishment. Maybe you're being punished by your property being taken away for not paying the value, right? It's like you're being told, bro, you gotta pay that money. You gotta be able to provide the wealth to the void. You gotta be able to shit wealth into the black hole of the government. Otherwise, the government's gonna eat your sofa. Yeah, this this seems plausible. I think that this is probably the closest that I can really get to understanding what taxes are. Although it would be nice to think about, for example, like what can taxes be in a different kind of idea. You know, we've talked about, taxes on time, taxes on wealth. What about taxes on food? You sit down for dinner and you start eating. Then some goblin runs up to you with its slippery, slappery, feederly, bapperly, like goes, that food you're eating, well, the state needs a piece of it. Takes your entire chicken leg, shreds it, takes a couple of pieces, eats it, and goes, yes, the state is very happy. And then runs away. You never see the goblin again until your next meal, right? In a week, you have your next meal, your weekly meal. And the goblin runs up again and he goes, I smell broccoli. The state needs some of your broccoli. Takes a whole broccoli leg, shreds it up, eats a piece of the shredded broccoli, goes, the state is very happy. I feel like I'd write a story about that. It would be the great metaphor on taxation and the wilderness of what the economy is in today's Antarctica or whatever, some big country like that. Would be pretty fun. I don't know what else to talk about right now. My train of thought has reached its final station. And though this video is a bit shorter than the rest, I still hope it was at least a bit entertaining. And for now, goodbye and farewell.